Something is wrong with our town, not in a creepy ghost story way, in a way that makes me question if reality is broken. Only my family seems to notice. We've seen duplicates of people. We've received phone calls that already happened. And 4 people in our community have died twice. We saw the rip posts. We saw the fundraisers for their funerals. We saw the cars at the church. Then a week later, they died again. And everyone acted like it was the first time. I don't know what's happening, but it's starting to scare us. The first thing we noticed were the duplicates. My mother and I were at the grocery store. We ran into an old friend. We chatted for a few minutes, talked about her kids, her job, normal stuff. Later that day, I was scrolling through Facebook. I saw a post from that same friend. She was on vacation, out of the country. She'd been there for days. The photos showed her in front of landmarks, with timestamps. I messaged her, "How was the grocery store this morning?" She replied, "I'm in Europe. What are you talking about?" I told her we spoke. She said she didn't remember. She said she hadn't been to that store in months. My mother saw her too. We both did. We both talked to her. But she wasn't there. Then came the phone calls. I'd answer my phone, have a conversation, talk about plans, about work, about the weekend. An hour later, the same person would call again. And they'd have no memory of our first conversation. They'd ask me the same questions, make the same plans, as if the first call never happened. I'd check my call log. The first call was there. It happened. But to them, it didn't. At first, I thought it was a prank. Then it happened with my brother, with my mom, with people who had no reason to prank me. We started comparing notes, the same calls, the same missing time, the same conversations happening twice. Then came the deaths. The first one was a local businessman, well-known, respected. I saw the RIP posts on Facebook, dozens of them. The community was mourning. There was a fundraiser for his funeral. I saw photos of the cars lined up outside the church. A week later, I saw him at the grocery store. I froze. I stared. He was buying bread, looking healthy, alive. I checked Facebook. The RIP posts were gone. The fundraiser was gone. No one remembered him dying. Everyone acted like nothing had happened. 2 weeks later, he died again. Same RIP posts, same fundraiser, same cars at the church. The second time, I didn't say anything. I just watched and wondered if I was losing my mind. It's happened 4 times now. 4 different people. Well-known people in our small town, people with families, with reputations. Each time, the same pattern. They die, the community mourns, fundraisers appear, cars gather at the church. Then, a week or 2 later, they're alive again. No one remembers the first death. No one remembers the mourning. Then they die again, and everyone acts like it's the first time. Only my family seems to notice. My mother, my siblings, my kids, we've all seen it. We've all talked about it. We've all checked our phones, our call logs, our memories, trying to make sense of it. We don't talk about it anymore, not because we've forgotten, because we're afraid of what it means. I've read about glitches in the Matrix, about parallel universes, about timelines merging and splitting. I never believed in any of it. I'm a practical person. I work with numbers. I trust what I can see, touch, measure. But I can't measure this. I can't explain it. I can't make it stop. I've considered carbon monoxide poisoning. We checked the detectors. They're fine. I've considered mass hysteria. But we're not hysterical. We're just confused, quiet, waiting. Waiting for the next duplicate, the next phantom call, the next death that happens twice. I don't know what's happening to our town. I don't know if it's a glitch in reality. I don't know if we're jumping between timelines. I don't know if we're the only ones who see it, or if others see it too and are too afraid to speak. But I know one thing. When someone famous in our town dies, I don't mourn right away. I wait. I watch. I see if they come back. And if they do, I don't say anything. I just add another mark to my mental list. Another glitch. Another duplicate. Another crack in the world. I don't know how long this will last. I don't know if it will get worse. I don't know if one day we'll be the ones who die twice, or the ones who never come back. I hope not, but I'm not sure anymore.
Story 2. It was a random Friday night. I was sitting on the couch with my mom. We were talking about family, nothing special, just a normal evening. Then her face changed. For a split second, it became pixelated, like a computer program, like a video game character when the graphics glitch. Squares, blocks, distorted. I blinked. It was gone. Her face was normal again. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't on drugs. My eyesight is 19/20. I've never had hallucinations, never seen anything like this before or since. I sat there, frozen, trying to understand what I'd just seen. I didn't tell her what I saw. I couldn't. What was I supposed to say? Mom, your face just turned into a low-resolution JPEG? I pretended nothing happened. Finished the conversation. Went home. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. The way her features broke apart into blocks. The way they snapped back together. Like reality hiccuped. Like the simulation glitched for a second and then corrected itself. I started avoiding her. Not consciously at first. Just, I couldn't bring myself to go back. Every time I thought about visiting, I saw her pixelated face. I heard the silence. I felt the wrongness. Weeks passed, then months. My mom noticed. She texted. She called. She asked why I wasn't coming around. I made excuses. Work was busy. I wasn't feeling well. I'd come soon. I never came. Finally, after months of avoiding her, I plucked up the courage to call. I told her everything. The pixelated face. The split second. The way it looked like a computer glitch. I expected her to laugh, to tell me I was imagining things, to say it was a trick of the light. She didn't. She was quiet for a long time. Then she said something that made my blood run cold. I saw your face do the same thing. I couldn't speak. I asked her when. She said it was around the same time, a few months ago. She was sitting on the couch. We were talking, and my face became pixelated, just for a second. Then it was normal again. She didn't say anything because she thought she was imagining it. We both saw it, the same thing, at the same time, but neither of us spoke. I've read about glitches in the Matrix, about people seeing things that shouldn't exist, about reality breaking and fixing itself. I never believed any of it. But I can't explain this. I can't explain why my mother's face became a grid of blocks. I can't explain why she saw mine do the same. I can't explain why we both kept quiet, too afraid to name what we saw. I've tried to find answers. I've searched online. I've found other people who've seen similar things. Pixelated faces, frozen crowds, objects disappearing and reappearing. They all say the same thing. I know what I saw. I just don't know what it means. That's where I am now. I know what I saw. I just don't know what it means. I still see my mom. We don't talk about the pixelated faces. We pretend it never happened. We laugh. We talk about family, normal things. But sometimes, when the light hits her face a certain way, I freeze. I stare. I wait for the blocks to come back. They never do. It was a one-time thing, a glitch that corrected itself. But I still wonder, if reality can glitch once, can it glitch again? And next time, will it fix itself or will it break for good? I don't know. I hope I never find out.
Story 3. I was taking an exam, last period of the day, almost done. My friend sitting next to me leaned over and asked for an answer. The teacher heard him, walked over, told us not to talk, walked back. Then it happened again. Same question, same teacher, same words, same walk back. And again, and again, and again. I was trapped, stuck in a loop, repeating the same 10 seconds over and over, with no way out. My friend kept asking. The teacher kept warning. I kept trying to scream, but nothing changed. Nothing moved. Nothing stopped. It was a normal day. Nothing special. Last hour of school. We were writing an exam. I was tired, but focused, almost finished. My friend next to me whispered, "Hey, what's the answer to number 12? I didn't answer. The teacher heard him, walked up to our desk, said, "No talking during the exam." Then she walked back to her desk. I looked at my friend. He was about to ask again. He asked. The teacher heard, walked up, said the same thing, walked back. I stared at him. He asked again. The teacher walked up, said the same thing, walked back. Over and over. The same movements, the same words, the same footsteps. I tried to say something. My mouth wouldn't work. I tried to stand up. My body wouldn't move. I was trapped in the loop. I don't know how many times it repeated. 10, 100, 1,000. Time lost meaning. All I knew was the same question, the same footsteps, the same warning. My friend kept asking. The teacher kept walking. I kept sitting there, frozen, watching it happen again and again. I started to panic. I tried to scream. Nothing came out. I tried to grab my friend's arm. I couldn't move. The only words I could say were, "Help," and "What's happening?" My friend looked at me. His face was blank. He kept saying the same thing. "Calm down now. Calm down now. Calm down now." His voice was flat, mechanical, like a recording. I stared at him, begging him to stop. He didn't. He just kept repeating the same phrase over and over while the teacher walked up and down, up and down, up and down. Finally, I don't know how, I stood up, grabbed my bag, walked out of the classroom. The loop didn't stop. Even as I walked down the hallway, everything felt like it was repeating. The same steps, the same walls, the same doors. I felt like I was walking the same 10 feet 1,000 times. I made it outside. The sunlight hit my face. The loop started to fade. I walked to the train station. Each step felt more real than the last. By the time I got home, the loop was gone. I sat on my bed, shaking, trying to understand what had just happened. The next day, I asked my friend about it. He looked at me like I was crazy. "You just left," he said. "You stood up, grabbed your bag, and walked out. No reason. I thought you were sick." He didn't remember the loop. He didn't remember asking the same question over and over. He didn't remember the teacher walking up and down. He didn't remember anything. To him, it was just a normal day. I left the room for no reason. End of story. But I remember. I remember everything. The same words, the same footsteps, the same mechanical voice telling me to calm down. I remember being trapped, not for seconds, for what felt like forever. I've thought about that day a lot. I've looked for explanations. Stress? Maybe. Seizure? Possibly. Derealization? Could be. But none of those explain why I felt the loop before it happened. None of them explain why my friend's voice sounded like a recording. None of them explain why the world felt like a broken record, skipping over the same groove again and again and again. I don't know what happened in that classroom. I don't know if time broke. I don't know if my brain broke. I don't know if reality broke. But I know one thing. When I hear someone repeat themselves now, I freeze. I listen. I wait for the loop to start again. It never does. But the fear never leaves. Because once you've been trapped in a time loop, you never trust time again. You never trust that the next second will be different from the last. You never trust that the world won't break and leave you repeating the same moment forever. I finished the exam the next day. I passed the class. I graduated. I moved on. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear my friend's voice. Calm down now. Calm down now. Calm down now. And I wonder, am I still in the loop, or did I finally get out?